History remembers Napoleon Bonaparte as a tiny tyrant driven by his short stature to conquer Europe. But what if everything you've heard about the little emperor's height is completely wrong? Welcome to Clear Lens History, where we cut through the fog of time to reveal the unbiased truths of the past. Using data-driven insights, we explore pivotal events that shaped our world. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Clear Lens History for more content like this. In today's episode, we journey to early 19th century Europe to examine one of history's most persistent misconceptions through autopsy records, measurement systems, and contemporary accounts. We'll discover how wartime propaganda created a myth that has endured for over 200 years. When Napoleon died on St. Helena in 1821, his autopsy measured his height at 5 feet 2 inches in French units. This single measurement sparked 2 centuries of ridicule about the diminutive dictator. Yet this figure contains a crucial detail that changes everything. The French pouce, or inch, measured longer than its English equivalent, precisely 1.066 English inches. Converting Napoleon's height to modern measurements places him at approximately 5 feet 7 inches tall. Far from being exceptionally short, Napoleon stood above the average height for Frenchmen of his era, which was 5 feet 5 inches. Contemporary accounts support this assessment. His personal valet, Constant, described him as of medium height, whilst British observers on St. Helena noted he appeared average when standing among his guards. General Gourgaud, who accompanied Napoleon into exile, recorded the emperor's height was 5 feet 2 inches, 3 lines, French measure, which makes about 5 feet 7 inches, English measure. These first-hand testimonies contradict the diminutive image popularized in caricatures, yet the myth persisted because it served political purposes during a time of intense international conflict. The misconception arose from deliberate British propaganda during the Napoleonic Wars, from 1803 to 1815. British cartoonists like James Gillray systematically depicted Napoleon as Little Boney, a tiny tyrant whose aggression compensated for physical inadequacy. These caricatures served strategic purposes beyond mere entertainment. Making the French emperor appear less formidable to British audiences helped maintain morale, whilst humanizing France's greatest military threat. The images reduced a genuine strategic danger to a figure of ridicule. The measurement confusion amplified this effect. When French measurements appeared in British sources, the different unit systems created discrepancies of several inches, making Napoleon appear shorter than reality. This technical misunderstanding, combined with deliberate propaganda, created a compelling but false narrative that outlasted the wars themselves. Napoleon's nickname, Le Petit Caporal, the Little Corporal, further fueled misconceptions. However, this was actually a term of affection from his soldiers, originating after the Battle of Lodi in 1796, where Napoleon personally helped position artillery. Petit referred to his humble military rank and youth, not his physical stature. Napoleon's military successes stemmed from tactical innovation, not psychological compensation for supposed shortness. He revolutionized warfare through the corps system, allowing independent unit operations, and pioneered combined arms tactics, integrating infantry, cavalry, and artillery. His administrative reforms reflected Enlightenment principles rather than personal inadequacy. The Napoleonic Code modernized legal systems across Europe and remains influential today. Educational reforms established merit-based advancement in French institutions. These achievements required intellectual capacity and political acumen, not compensation for physical deficiencies. The Napoleon complex concept, while psychologically appealing, lacks historical foundation. Psychologist Alfred Adler coined this term in 1912, describing aggressive behavior in short men, a concept modern psychology has largely debunked for lacking empirical support. Napoleon's conquests resulted from revolutionary France's political dynamics, European power struggles, and genuine military genius. As military historian David Chandler observed, Napoleon's height was irrelevant to his strategic thinking. His campaigns succeeded through superior logistics, innovative tactics, and personal charisma, not psychological overcompensation. This myth's endurance demonstrates propaganda's long-term effectiveness. Popular culture continues perpetuating these stereotypes through films, books, and media representations, often depicting Napoleon as comically short whilst ignoring historical evidence. The broader implications extend to contemporary height discrimination, where short stature remains unfairly associated with aggression or overcompensation. Modern research shows no correlation between height and aggressive behavior, yet cultural biases persist. Hollywood films routinely cast shorter actors as Napoleon, reinforcing visual stereotypes that contradict historical reality. These depictions prioritize dramatic effect over accuracy, perpetuating myths that distort public understanding. Historical accuracy requires distinguishing between documented facts and constructed narratives. Napoleon Bonaparte was not unusually short for his time. He stood average or slightly above average in height by contemporary standards. The persistent belief in his shortness reveals more about the power of propaganda and cultural mythology than historical reality. Understanding how myths develop helps us approach historical claims with appropriate skepticism. By examining primary sources and understanding contemporary contexts, we can separate documented history from constructed narratives. Napoleon's true legacy lies in his military innovations, legal reforms, and political impact, not imaginary compensation for non-existent physical deficiencies. Thanks for watching Clear Lens History. Subscribe for more data-driven explorations where evidence illuminates the past.